Hi, this is Dorothy with Dot Scrapbooking, and I am going to make a flap card that flips open, and it's really pretty simple. So let me show you what I did. I took one of our bulk 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch cards, and I cut a 1/2 inch off of the front flap. And then I used this real pretty, close to my heart paper called Lovely. So very springy, very happy looking, gorgeous pastels. And I am going to fill the whole inside of the card with this cute little gingham. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 also. And then I'm going to decorate the front. And so I picked out the Canary cardstock that coordinates with this paper, and I'm using the lighter side of it because this Canary is a pretty strong yellow. And so I'm going to put it on the smaller front flap of the card, and then I cut a piece of this beautiful little flower, and this is so this is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4, and this is 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. So it's smaller than the cardstock. And I will have all of these measurements on my blog at .scrapbookingalloneword.com. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is make the little card flap. And I am going to take, so this is a piece of 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 white daisy cardstock. And see, I made another little card that is 3 1/2 by 7, and I scored it at 3 1/2. And so this is actually going to go like this, where it sits here, but then it's glued down, so there's going to be a sentiment here. Then you close it, and there'll be a sentiment on the front. So before I do any kind of putting paper on it, I'm going to put a sentiment on the inside and a sentiment on the little 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 inch piece. And so I get my little puffy piece here, and the stamp set I'm using is Serenity Cardmaking. So this is a Stampin' Thin Cut, and it's got this wonderful wreath, but it's got Just Because You Are Special to Me, or For Someone Special. And so I'm going to make a birthday card for a friend of mine. We've been friends for very many years. And I am going to take off the Because You Are Special to Me and put it on my block. And ink it up. And I'm using the Intense Black ink. And I'll do a trial first, because I always like to make sure that I'm going to get a good stamping before I do my final one. So that's great. Okay, and I am going to just put that right there in the center. There we go, great. Okay, let me wipe this stamp off with my microfiber. It's a damp, and I keep it in one of my little craft boxes so it doesn't dry out very quickly. Okay, take this off, put it back on here so I can find it. And look, if you had watched my Home Sweet Home thing, I found my leaf. I knew it would turn up. Oh well. Okay, so I'm going to put this one away. And I am going to pull out. Now this stamp isn't available to customers yet, but it will be available on March 1st. And it is a beautiful stamp. Look at this gorgeous butterfly and dragonfly. And it has a really nice birthday sentiment that says, wishing you the happiest of birthdays. And so that is going to go on the inside. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And that is make sure I'm going to get a good stamping before I put it on the final card. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so we want the card to open this way. And you want to put your stamp right side up. Just saying. And I am going to give it a good strong press, but not so hard that the letters squish, because they're tiny letters and they're thin. And so if you press them too hard, they can kind of get distorted. Okay, so I'm going to put my black away. And then I'm going to build this card, the flat, and I cut a piece that is 3.5 by 3.5. And I cut a smaller piece of the yellow, the Canary cardstock that is 3 by 3. Okay, so that's going to go there. And I don't know. Let me just try something. That's kind of bright. I don't want to do that. I was wondering if I should distress the edge, but I think I won't. Okay, so I'll take my sentiment, my 2¼ by 2¼ inch square, and I am going to put it right in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is set this up so that it's like this and hold it in place. Hopefully nothing has moved. So here we go. So we have, because you are special to me, and then you open it up, wishing you what happiest of birthdays. So now what I'm going to do is kind of decorate the back of the card a little bit. And because this butterfly is so beautiful, I want to use the butterfly or the dragonfly. Can't go wrong with the butterfly. Okay, so I'm using my large, I think this is 4 by 4. And I am going to do a ballerina pink butterfly on the back side here. See, I should have done this before I put all those pieces in there. I mean, this is not something you have to do, but okay, I am just going to do a big So this is a super pale butterfly. I didn't want it to stick out. That's why I'm using ballerina. So it's very, very pale, which is just fine with me. It was just supposed to be a hint. So there's my card. Ta-da! Anyway, it was super easy to make, and like I said, on my blog I'll have all of the dimensions of the pieces that I cut. But it went pretty quickly. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.